and Joe Gomez grappling for the ball. Are Crystal Palace going to try to win it in the last minute here, the dying embers of the game? I think Vieira is probably saying, go for it. As the Crystal Palace fans look on, Klein goes in, and Liverpool gets the ball back. Fabinho plays it up, and it's a draw. Paul Tierney puts the whistle to his mouth, and this is a huge result. A draw for Liverpool again. This is shocking. This is shocking. This is shocking. This is shocking because my prediction was 3-1 to Liverpool. If you don't believe me, it is right there on the screen. You could see it. Look. I can't make this up. 3-1. 3-1, guys. Look. 3-1. So if you think I'm against Liverpool, you must be delusional. Okay? You must be very, 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 very delusional because, come on, guys. They won their last 10 games against Crystal Palace. And to come into this game on the draw against Fulham, I expected a response from Liverpool. They did so in the first 30 minutes of the game, where I think they had about 11 shots, but weren't clinical enough at all. I want to hear what Jurgen Klopp's excuse will be here. I want to hear. I really want to hear what Jurgen Klopp's excuse will be. I want to hear because I can't think of any excuses. I want to give Crystal Palace, if I'm Klopp, I'm going to give Crystal Palace a lot of praises and a lot of credit for grinding out a draw here. If I'm Klopp, I'm going to say Liverpool went out there and did all that they could. Could have been a bit more clinical. That's what I think. Liverpool could have been a bit more clinical, but I think they did a lot of things good in the game. A lot of things that they did better in the Fulham match as well. They had the intensity, especially in the first half an hour. But after they went in behind against the run of play, I think their heads kind of dropped a little bit. You see what I'm saying? And you got to give Crystal Palace a lot of credit for just putting Liverpool off their game. A lot of the shots, a lot of the opportunities that came, Liverpool players snatched at those opportunities. Darwin Nunez. Importantly, I would actually like to pull up SofaScore because I want some more insight here when it comes to how many opportunities that players had and so on and so forth. Because Nunez had a lot of chances in this game, and I think Erling Haaland was criticized and he was memed for that chance in the in the Community Shield. Maybe fans are having a little bit of fun or whatnot, but Nunez, who I think is a very good striker, he could have done a lot better in this game. He ended up getting sent off, but it's just the opportunities that he had, though. The opportunities. And I'm going to bring this up to show you guys, and I'm going to give you some more insight here as we look to analyze this game a bit deeper. And look, let's go down here. Let's go down. Darwin Nunez, he's given a 5.4, right? If we click statistics, player statistics in attack, Darwin Nunez. Let's go down all the way to Darwin Nunez, right? Where's the Darwin Nunez? Let me see if I could find Darwin Nunez's shots. Let me see something. Shots on target. Nunez. He's not actually in the thing because he got taken off. But Liverpool, let me see. All right, Darwin Nunez. 3 shots off target, right? He had opportunities. Shots blocked. 2 shots blocked. Dribbles attempted 1 and was successful. Hit woodwork 1. Missed big chances, or big chances missed 2. Okay, so this is what I want to put the microscope on the right there. 2 huge chances. And even the chance that missed let's say 3 big chances. The one that hit the woodwork was another chance. Kudos to Chet Doucouré for closing him down there. but there was also 2 shots blocked. So he had about 5 opportunities to score, didn't score any, and got sent off for some very, very, very unintelligent thinking. Very, very, very. I don't know. I don't know what was going through his head. I really don't know what was going. Very poor decision making, I should say. I'm lost for fucking words. I'm lost for words because I expect better from a player like Darwin Nunez. I do. Liverpool paid 75 million euros plus add-ons for this guy, and you're gonna miss these. You can't at least put away one. At least put away one. And I know, he could be very, very clinical. Could be very, very clinical. He did score in the Fulham game, didn't he? Right? He did score. Gotta give him credit for that. He changed the game when he came off the bench. But let's be honest, man. Darwin Nunez was poor in the game. And he was actually the worst Liverpool player on the day. Worse. Another player that we have to put under the microscope is Mo Salah. Let's go down to Mo Salah, right? Mo Salah. 1 shot on target, 2 off target. The shot on target was a header straight to Guaita, and the 2 off target, one of them first time shot, I could remember, put wide, and the other one was another great opportunity where I think on any other day Salah would have put that in the back of the net. One big chance is missed. Salah had a poor game. I think he was well dealt with by Tyreek Mitchell. Kudos to Tyreek Mitchell. If you go to Tyreek Mitchell's match score, I'm pretty sure it's an 8.5 or something like that. You see what I'm saying? Where's Tyreek Mitchell? Tyreek Mitchell, a 6.9. I think he deserved the highest score. As you guys can see, Chet Doucouré, Chris Richards, he barely played in, but Chris Richards, not Chris Richards, Chet Doucouré and Eberechi Eze was deemed the best players along with Joachim Anderson, Joel Ward, Jeffrey Schlupp in the midfield there. So Jordan Ayew played well, I think. But look, just to get a bearing on the game once again, on the whole analysis. Get a little carried away there. I got a little carried away. Pardon me. But Liverpool could have been better. They could have been better. I think when they went behind, it kind of, their heads dropped, and they probably think, we got to come back in this game. The way Crystal Palace are looking, very compact. Didn't mind playing off the ball. Whenever the balls came into the box, they were first to win those aerial duels. If we go to the aerial duels and all of that, defensive, right? If we go to that, right? Clearances. Let me see if we get any. We don't have any aerial duels stats right now, I think. But in terms of Crystal Palace, and we look at clearances. Joachim Anderson with 10 clearances. Joel Ward with 6. Chris Richards barely came on for a couple minutes. 4. You see what I'm saying? Mark Guehi with 6. And this is where Crystal Palace picked up a point in the game. Block shots. Joachim Anderson 4. You could think about the shot that he put his body on the line. That Nunez opportunity. Joel Ward 2. So all credit goes to Crystal Palace for picking up this draw, and not so too much criticizing what Liverpool did, because Liverpool had their chances, didn't take their chances, but it was because of how good Crystal Palace was in the game. You see? So we saw more intensity from Liverpool in the match, but not enough to get over the line against Crystal Palace. Not enough at all. Look, 1-0 at halftime for Palace. 1-0 at halftime. Liverpool having to chase the game. Klopp, given his halftime talk, must have pumped up the players. They came out, they looked like they had an idea of what they needed to do to get back in the game, but it was a setback. The Darwin Nunez red card, I think, probably and ultimately prevented Liverpool from going on to win this game, because I think maybe if they had 11 players on the field, they could have gone on to win the game with the momentum. They could have. They really could have. But still credit to Crystal Palace, right? Because ultimately they picked up a draw. But just, thinking, you know what I mean? Just looking at it from another angle. If Nunez was on the field, it would have given Klopp more options and they could have eventually gone on to win the match. But that was a dumb decision, I have to say. It's a contact sport. Players are backing into each other, right? And Joachim Anderson going up, I think initiating contact first with Nunez. Nunez didn't need to headbutt him, right? The cameras are there. The cameras are there. They're going to see every single thing. You don't need to headbutt a player. And that was the first, the little headbutt, right? And then after the Luis Diaz attempted bicycle kick, Joachim Anderson just pulling Darwin Nunez's arm and asking him what's going on. Like maybe, yo, bro, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? It's all good. I don't mean nothing by it. What's up with that? What's up with the headbutt? What he does? What he did? Headbutt him again. That's stupid. Listen, that is stupid, man. And he's probably gonna get suspended for 3 matches, which means that's gonna put Liverpool more at a disadvantage. You're bringing a 75 million euro striker. You want to have him all the time unless he's injured. And I gotta say, that was very selfish on Darwin Nunez's behalf and in front of thousands of Liverpool fans, in front of thousands watching the TV as well. You let your team down on the day, I have to say. You let the team down big time. You let the team down. You let the team down. And I have to say, big up to Angel Abel. I have to question the starting 11 from Jurgen Klopp as well. Even though I think Phillips did an okay job, I think Gomez deserved the start for being patient behind Konate and being patient behind, the Joel Matips. You see what I'm saying? So that was questionable. James Milner being put in. I don't think James Milner offers what he used to offer before. You see what I'm saying? He doesn't have that creativity in him. I think if you're going to go in with any bold move, play Carvalho. The Jurgen Klopp interview is actually coming up pretty soon, so I want to actually hear what he got to say. Let me mute the TV in the meantime. I want to hear what he got to say, but credit to Crystal Palace, man. They did concede that goal, and Luis Diaz, man. Luis Diaz, that was brilliant. That was absolutely brilliant individual skill and a brilliant individual Mo Salah-esque type goal by Luis Diaz. He went past about 5 players and that right-footed shot to beat Guaita. Brilliant goal of the season. So far, I know the season's young, but that could be contender for goal of the season because that was brilliant, man. That was brilliant. I was impressed. As a football fan, even as a rival fan, I'm impressed. And Luis Diaz, a quality player. And we've seen a lot of him and what he can do at Porto. So with Liverpool coming back in the game there, playing with 10 men, I think it was always going to be very, very, very difficult against a very robust, this very driven Crystal Palace team with a lot of height, a lot of stamina, lot of self-belief as well, as they were disappointed to lose that opening game against Arsenal. They needed something and they got a point, man. They reached deep down within and got a point. Eze, oh my God. Look, Eze, that turn to get the ball to Zaha, brilliant, man. Brilliant. I'm just reliving some of the brilliant moments of this game. It was a good game. Not because Liverpool drew the game. I'm saying it was a good game. It was a good game. You know what I mean? We had a contest. We didn't just have a one-sided Liverpool brush aside Crystal Palace game. It was a contest. It was a contest. And that's what we need. That is exactly what we need for clubs like Palace and Brentford and, to Brighton to go out there and show these bigger clubs like, hey, man, we're in this thing too. You see what I'm saying? Don't count us out. Do not count us out. So credit to Patrick Vieira, who was always positive throughout the game with his substitutions and everything. And he eked out a point. Jurgen Klopp would be a disappointed manager His interview is coming up very, very soon. I want to hear what he has to say, if he has any excuse on the loss, the draw. 2 points in the first available 6 is not a good start for Liverpool. So what we have here, do we have an interview? No interview yet. So I might have to wait for the interview though. But look, are Liverpool missing Sadio Mane? Because we find that in situations like this, Sadio Mane, a player like Sadio Mane would find, would make something out of nothing. A Diego Jota, a player like Firmino. So Liverpool are very short-handed right now. And I was asking during the watch-along, are Liverpool going through somewhat of a mini injury crisis at the beginning of the season? I think they are. That's a lot of key players out injured. Once you see Nat Phillips in the defense, something's off. Once you see Milner from the start, something's off. Thiago, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Curtis Jones, Firmino, Konate, Matip. Am I missing anybody? Did I say Jota? They're missing about 6 to 7 players, man. They're missing about 6 to 7 players. And look, I know I said that it's going to be an easy win against Man United. I don't even know about that right now. I don't know, man. It would be the right time for United to pull their act together, because right now, I don't know, man. I don't know. And as a Man City fan, all this is laughable. It is all laughable, man. It is all laughable to me, seriously, because it seems as if City's gonna run away with the league again. And remember, I predicted Liverpool to win the league. But it's a crisis at the beginning of the season. Only 2 points picked up in their first 6 available. Crystal Palace pulling off a big draw on the road, as well as Liverpool draw their first home match of the season. So, guys, that's just my post match, man. I think I've touched on most things, and I don't want to. I could go on and on and on and on, but I think I've touched on most things, man. Just in summary, Palace played well without the ball. They were patient. They got their goal, even though Liverpool had the better start. Liverpool's heads dropped before halftime. Klopp gave them a nice little pep talk. They were buoyant at the beginning of the second half. The red card came. It gave Liverpool a little setback, but also it was a jolt for them to say, hey, a wake-up call. You got to get back in the game. They got back in the game, but just didn't have enough to get that second goal to pick up all 3 points against Crystal Palace. So, well played, Palace. I think it's a point gain for them. And for Liverpool, I think it's 2 points dropped. So, guys, I'm your boy Dominic Rich. Thanks for tuning into yet another one. Like the video if you haven't yet done so. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. And from your boy Dom, until next time, peace out. Rich Squad.